that Israel will defend its people and do whatever it takes with an iron fist to change the reality.
Throughout history there has been wars, such as the first ever war that took place between Sumer and Elam in 2700 BCE. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Guernica by Pablo Picasso. On April 26, 1937, fascist forces bombed the Basque village of Guernica in northern Spain. It was one of the worst civilian casualties of the Spanish Civil War. It was bombed by German and Italian air forces, led by General Francisco Franco. For Picasso, the tragic news sparked an intense piece of work, an anti-war mural, which was titled Guernica. The painting is a powerful work of historical documentation and political protest. But while Picasso's artistic motivations are clear, the symbolism of the painting can be as misplacing and chaotic as war itself. How can we make sense of this overwhelming image? And what exactly makes a masterpiece of anti-war art? The painting is disorienting from the start and is rendered in the abstract style of Cubism, which was pioneered by Picasso. Cubism emphasizes the two-dimensionality of the canvas by flattening the objects being painted. This can often render multiple and often impossible perspectives on the same piece. But in this case, this style offers a overwhelmingly profound view of violence, destruction, and casualties. But multiple perspectives only emphasize the horror on display, sending the eyes on a vain quest for peace, which will not be found. On the far left, there's a woman holding her dead child as she releases a scream, her eyes sliding down her face in the shape of tears, and her head bending back to echo her baby's head. There is a statue of a soldier present below, but he is unable to help the woman and the child. Instead, his broken body lies in pieces, and his arm holds a broken sword in representation of utmost defeat. The tip of his sword clashes with a woman's foot as she attempts to flee the disaster. But her other leg stays in one spot, glued to the corner of the painting, even as she attempts to move it. Another victim appears behind the slouching figure, falling helplessly as flames consume her. She too is caught in her own hopeless scene. Each of the people bordering the canvas are trapped, giving the viewer a sense of claustrophobia. And where you might expect the painting's size to counteract the feeling of claustrophobia, its scale only highlights the nearly life-sized atrocities on display. Some possible light comes to this dark situation from a lamp held by a woman reaching out her window. But is her lamp truly lighting the scene, or is it the jagged light bulb thought to represent the technologies of modern warfare? And perhaps the most controversial symbols of all, two ghostly animals caught in the destruction. Does the screaming horse embody the threat of Franco's military nationalism, or does the spike running through its body convey its victimhood? Does the white bull represent Spain, the country of matadors and a common theme in Picasso's work, or does it stand for the brutality and barbarity of war? In this chaotic scene of war, these animals raise more questions than answers. And additional elements throughout the frame offer more secrets for close observers. At the top of the canvas flashes a bird desperate to escape the carnage. And the abundance of animals on display may hint at the bombing's date, a market day which flooded the streets with villagers, animals, and other potential victims. Like the bombing of Guernica itself, Picasso's painting is dense with destruction and chaos, but hidden beneath this supposed chaos are carefully crafted scenes and symbols, carrying out the painting's manufactured attack on fascism. Decades after its creation, Guernica retains power to shock viewers and ignite debate, and it's often referenced at anti-war gatherings around the world. Hundreds of viewers have grappled with its harsh imagery, shattering symbolism, and complex political messaging. But even without a close understanding of its complicated subtext, Picasso's work remains a searing reminder of the true casualties of violence.